What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Mark Howard. You know what time it is. You know what we here to do. We talk Cowboys here. That's what we do. It's Wednesday. Hump day. Whoop, whoop. I love that ad. That's the favorite. That's probably my favorite ad. Mike. What day is it? Anyway, it's hump day. First day of practice for the week. And speaking of which, let's go over the injury report. I'm going to jump right into that as we get ready for the Arizona Cardinals at home this week. Kind of light still. Good news on the front with Perion Winfrey. Perion Winfrey was brought in. He was another USFL free agent acquisition. Was looking good. Obviously, he made the team, but he went to injured reserve at training camp. Well, looked good to make the team, but was an injured reserve person, got hurt in training camp. He's now been designated to come off, so he's going through the protocol, the 21-day, get himself in shape. Look for him to probably be ready in the next couple of weeks. That'll give us help on the defensive line where we sorely need it. He was a good player for in the USFL. I forget which team he played on, but he did very, very well. And we've had some good fortune with some USFL players. Cavante Turpin be the first name come to mind. Second name, even bigger than that, Brandon Aubrey. So hopefully that USFL look, especially now on the defensive end, shows up to be another good pick, keep the streak alive. We need all the help we can get. Diggs, who is on IR, as I learned a little bit more myself, he's through with the concussion protocol. Now it's being reported through Jerry Jones speaking that he is rehabbing a knee that's sore. I don't know if that's the knee he's had to rehab, but either way, had an injury with that, so he's dealing with that. So that's more so. I figured the concussion wasn't a big problem. A lot of people obviously are thinking about where he's at with wanting to be with the team and what his desire is. But we'll see as the weeks move on forward. Again, we need that help on the defense. The other guys who are on the IR is the same people: Donovan Wilson, Sanborn, Wanye Thomas. Johnny, those guys are still questionable. Figuring for Wanye Thomas, is coming off of a particular injury. Donovan Wilson has a couple of things that he's dealing with to try to come off. So, but for the most part, that's not as bad as it was a few weeks ago when we had so many players, especially in our front line, that were injured. So we're looking to hopefully get them back maybe in the next week or so. We need the depth regardless of such. That's the injury report. We'll move on. We're going to talk about our lowly defense against that Arizona Cardinals offense. That's the next thing I want to do. So as I said, the Cowboys defense, which woke up after their great play against the Washington Commanders 2 weeks ago, came back to life against the Broncos, a much more formidable offense. They're not great. I'll be real with you. Broncos offense wasn't great, but they definitely were more formidable than Washington. And we stunk it up poorly. Arizona Cardinals offense is not that great. Both sides of the ball for them are not that great, but we'll as we're talking about their offense, they're around basically 20th overall, total yards gained, points scored, averaging about 22 points a game. We can definitely appreciate keeping a team to 20, 25 points in the game. The run attack is a little bit better. The run attack is more in the top 10 area, like 7th or 8th overall. Kyler Murray, who's been out for the last couple of weeks, is looking to come back. He's listed as questionable. He's been out for the last 2 weeks. Jacoby Brissett has been the quarterback, playing well, though. Brissett's playing well. Kyler Murray does present a different problem than Brissett. Kyler Murray, being a small stature quarterback, isn't making us too fearful with the pass. Marvin Harrison Jr. Has had his problems. I think he's going through some injuries, but I think he'll be back to play. I have him on my fantasy team, so his numbers aren't really producing as well. Especially when you look at that and you got George Pickens as the other receiver. You can look at a comparable. But I like Harrison. I think there may be more to certain things to that. I think he still needs to go through his growing pains. Running game wise, they're pretty solid there, and they're not killer running backs. In fact, let me scratch that and say, as far as saying top 10, they're more like top 15. But with our defense the way it's been, they'll look like top 2 or 3 running games if we don't plug these holes, make these proper changes, and continue to coach these guys up and get the right personnel in there to play the right way. That's the part that I'm concerned with. Are they going to go try to beat us more with the run than with the pass? Now, Kyler Murray can hurt us with his legs. And again, like I've said before and I mentioned, a quarterback like Kyler Murray, you want to keep him boxed into the pocket and relying upon his pass. He's more dependent upon his elusivity to be able to move. I use that big word, elusivity. Elusiveness? Whatever. It's not an English class, but my mom's a teacher and she was a teacher, rest her soul, she's ever watching me. His elusiveness, we want to keep him contained with our height looking over. I'm not trying to make fun because he's a shorter quarterback, but I'd rather have a shorter quarterback having to throw over the defense, putting your hands up, making it harder. Those little lobby passes may make it a little easier for our slow DBs to maybe make up when they're lost and make a play on the ball. Especially someone like maybe Deron Bland. So I'd rather go with the pass. Brissett's been strong with the pass while he was in. But if Murray plays, I'm more or less wondering about our running and containing him and having him try to beat us with the pass. That's what I'm looking at from them. Their passing game has not been good. They don't, other than Harrison, who's a young second-year receiver, they don't have any high-quality running backs. The tight end is pretty good. The tight ends are pretty good, so we have to respect them. But as far as if they're going to beat us through the pass, with that defense, I got to pick my poison. I'll pick the poison of the pass over the run. Now our defense, it's, if you want to call it that, let's just call it. Now our guys that line up on the defensive side of the football, whether they play defense or what to call them a defense is another thing. And I'm giving them hell. I'm going to. I talked about it before. I gave the players there the large amount of the responsibility for the failures of the defense over the coaching. We could say that it might be Jones's fault, or even Schottenheimer if he hired Eberflus to be the defensive coordinator to go along with the personnel he's had. Our defense hadn't been this bad just a year or two ago. Now I get we lost Micah Parsons. That's a big loss there. Losing a dominant player doesn't take you from being a good, adequate defense that can make some plays, struggling in the run, don't get me wrong, giving up a lot of yards in the run, to a team that is just like, where you look at them and say, did they put 11 out there? It's 11 on 11 tackle football. You would think that the way they run through us, you would think we got 5 people on the football field defensively. So we lost 1 player, and we still fill that in there. Sam Williams, who was very, very strong on the defensive end, you're looking at going, hey, is it really the fact that Micah Parsons draws double that you can get there? I don't know. It's just looking that way. I just have to say that the personnel is just not fitting the scheme. They may go to another team and do very, very well. But the personnel's not fitting with the scheme that they have, and they're not able to make the adjustment. Linebackers, again, there's no doubt about the fact that our linebackers are the worst position room on the team, both sides of the ball. DeMarvin Overshown is still going through his progress through his 21 days, but I think it's going to take the 21 days. So I'm looking for him to possibly be, I'm looking for him to probably be in a lineup against the Raiders. Also, I left something out for that too as well when I went to injury report. Cooper Beebe, I did say he was a healthy scratch, oddly enough. And that's part of the offense. I'll talk about that more tomorrow. I'll talk about the offense. But going back to, I'm sorry, Pop made that to get that out. But again, looking at the IR people, like DeMarvin Overshown, Cooper Beebe was on it. He was a healthy scratch. I guess they felt they just didn't want to disturb what they had with Hoffman playing center. With that front line of the Denver Broncos, I would want our best in there, but that's not a big story. Can't say we lost because of that. But our defense basically is the ones that's just giving up so many points. They could turn around. This is the type of defense that maybe they can be able to play well against. If they could take something away, be more attacking. I don't think that. Look, when I look at any offense, it's not necessarily the skill position teams. Okay, I look at high school football. Every team has skill position players. They may not be the biggest, but they definitely are fast and run and catch. Quarterback is definitely essential. If you have a decent quarterback that can run with it and throw it, you're going to be okay. The difference between the low-level teams and the high-level teams is the trenches, the front line, the D end, the offensive line, and the D line. Excuse me. So for us, when I look at, say, with the Cardinals struggling offensively overall, I have to say this because their line is not the best. Now, our defensive line is not the best, but more so, we do have some players that can probably be better bottom feeders, as they did against the Commanders a couple weeks ago. They have shown that capability. Hell, the Eagles' front line was a little maligned, and we were able to do well against that. At least holding down Saquon Barkley, who didn't have a big game. The rushing was more yards from the quarterback, but again, goes back to what I said. They didn't keep Jalen Hurts contained, so he was able to get outside and gain yards. We got to do that with Kyler Murray, because, to be honest with you, he's a faster scat type of back-looking quarterback coming out of the backfield. That's where our defensive ends got to not take that hard line and let him get outside. Our linebackers got to fill, take away that run from the running back, and if they're going back to pass, we got to contain. We're not getting a rush to get there. As Araku is starting to improve, I won't lie to you. As Araku is improving, I'm looking at him, seeing him on film. He's getting there at the quarterback, putting pressures on. His number of quarterback pressures are increasing. But we don't know. So we'll see. I mean, it's always an interesting matchup. Our defense is definitely our Achilles heel. Our offense is ready to give points and go to work each week. Running game, passing game, receivers, tight end. We just need to have the defense to have a good game, get off the field, turn the ball over, get that ball back to the offense, and keep the offense on the field more. That's just football. Football one-on-one. Make moves. We're definitely not one player away on defense from making it better. We're a couple of players in position. Now, do we have to get a trade for 2 players? Maybe. Because if you're looking for Ravel, who's a rookie, and you're looking for Overshown, who's still has not played any more than 13 total pro football games in the 2 years since he was drafted by us. Got to remember, he got hurt in training camp, was out for that season. So his rookie of game season was essentially last year, where he only played up to 13 games. Did very, very well. Showed great promise. That's why I'm looking for him to get back, and hopefully he can be the same. But he doesn't have a full season of football behind him. It's a challenge, but he is electric. And with another player, top flight player on the D end, could that be it? No, it depends on where you want the defense to be. We're looking at dead last 32. We're feeling with our offense that they could be maybe 22. That could give us a chance. What will Dallas do? We don't know. Some people say go all in. With this offense, I listen to people talking, and I like some part that said go all in. You got this offense is firing. You got this offense is just going. Dak is just having a great year. Javonte Williams is definitely showing and expressing himself. George Pickens, that we've acquired, is showing and expressing himself. And it's a shame to waste it when we can't stop anybody on the other end of the football. So do we sell out? Do we sell out and get there and get ourselves in the playoffs and have a good enough defense that can make some stops so our offense can just take off? I don't know. Track record of Jerry Jones doesn't give us the confidence to think that he will, and that's a shame. But, hey, we'll see. We'll see. They got time. Trade deadline's a couple weeks away. That's just thoughts, hopes, prayers. Prayers. But anyway, that's it for me, guys. I'm going to leave it there. Appreciate you guys who are supporting and watching the show. Please, again, subscribe, share the show to other people, hit like, drop a message, tell me what you think, what you're feeling. I appreciate all the dialogue. I usually hit like, return it back. And it's fun. It's fun. It's fun talking Cowboys. You know? And we'll be back at it tomorrow, so we'll flip it. We'll talk about our offense against the Cardinals defense. Because that's what we do. We talk Cowboys here. We'll see you tomorrow, guys.